They whispered your name in prayer last night. Heaven answered with tears. You're not crazy. Someone saw what you saw, too. They know what hurt you. They've been carrying it, too. The one who left you broken is dreaming of your healing. A stranger cried for you this morning. You'll meet them soon. You've been aching in silence. They've been hearing it loudly. You were never forgotten. They're just learning how to return. You're not imagining it. They know what they did. That shift you felt? Someone just spoke your pain aloud. Their silence isn't ignorance, it's spiritual guilt. They know your shadow. They've been haunted by your light. When you stopped praying, someone started. For you. They watched you break and blamed themselves in secret. The wound they caused? It bled inside them too. You keep hiding your truth, but someone already knows. The moment you nearly gave up, someone remembered you. They know. That's why they can't sleep. Don't explain yourself. The one meant for you already understands. You've been seen, and you weren't supposed to be. The lie they told still tastes bitter on their soul. Your name is being whispered in the places you can't reach. Someone knows what you carry, and they're carrying it back. They know you're tired. That's why they're coming. There's a letter they never sent. It holds your entire name. They felt your pain before you even spoke. The one meant for you recognized your ache. You think you're invisible, but someone's been tracking every tremble. They know the weight of what you didn't say. There is someone asking God why they're dreaming of your tears. You didn't lose your worth. Someone just lost their sight. Your name is written in a prayer book you'll never see. You weren't wrong. You were ahead. Someone's entire awakening began the day they hurt you. You're the reason someone is finally ready to heal. What crushed you woke them up. You're being watched, but with reverence, not malice. They regret it. Every time they see your reflection in others. You keep hearing their name because they keep hearing yours. Someone is preparing to say what they once silenced. The apology is forming. It starts with your silence. Your pain didn't go unseen. It just went unspoken. What you cried about in private was recorded in divine ink. You're not forgotten. You're being remembered in waves. They thought you'd be fine. Then they met their own breaking. Your tears watered someone's transformation. Someone is asking God for one more chance with you. You're not alone. The echo has a source. The one meant for you never needed proof, only time. They can't outrun your memory. It's tattooed on their dreams. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. They feel you pulling away, and it terrifies them more than silence ever could. They knew it hurt you, but they hoped you'd stay anyway. Someone is fasting for your clarity. You'll know who when your vision sharpens. They touched what they shouldn't have, and now they tremble when you're near. You've been their secret guilt, their holy ache. The silence wasn't absence. It was them collapsing behind closed doors. You think they forgot. They think you'll never forgive. They replay that moment over and over. You stopped, they didn't. The one who caused your pain is the one craving your peace. They dream of apologizing, but your eyes haunt their courage. They know where they broke you. That's why they avoid that road. Your heartbreak is a sermon they can't unhear. They hurt you at the altar and still call you holy. They remember everything you forgot on purpose. God showed them your scars. Now they see you differently. You tried to forget. They tried to replace. Both failed. You were the only real thing they touched. Someone saw what happened to you and begged God for justice. They know you're awake at 3 a.m. because they are too. You gave them grace. They gave you ghosts. Your silence became their punishment. The message you keep ignoring? It's from them. They saw the light leave your eyes and never found peace again. You think they healed? No, they're just better at hiding now. You forgave too soon, and they felt it too late. Every love they try feels like you in disguise. They watched you cry, but didn't know God was watching them. You were their lesson, their greatest one. Someone is praying to undo what they did to you. They didn't lose you. They lost themselves. Your name is still the password to their peace. Their regret lives in the places you once touched. You became sacred after they ruined everything. They still hope you'll read their silence as love. You feel forgotten, but you are their compass now. They thought they could survive your absence. They were wrong. You were the only one who saw them clearly, and they ran. They know your sorrow because they birthed it. They kept your secrets, but God kept the truth. They thought your softness meant weakness, until they shattered without it. Someone's been begging God for your forgiveness without speaking your name. Your truth is echoing in their dreams. They carry your absence like a wound that never scabs. You were their miracle, but they feared the light. They've memorized your pain. It burns where they thought they were safe. What they buried, heaven recorded. The apology you deserve is being rehearsed. They thought they'd win without you. They're begging for the rematch. God didn't let them forget. Not for one night. They know your story and they're part in it. You left them with peace. They left you with prophecy. They feel you releasing them. That's why they're coming back. You were the prayer they didn't know they'd need. They keep seeing you in places you've never been. You were the storm they mistook for a breeze. Their punishment, watching you glow without them. Someone heard your heartbreak and recognized it as their doing. Your pain taught them how to love. They miss you most when they pretend they don't. What they did in secret, God will correct in public. They feel exposed by your healing. You were the test they failed with pride. They touched your soul before they earned the right. Every new love feels like punishment for losing you. They wake up hoping they're still in your story. Your spirit lingers. That's why they can't move on. They told others lies, but only you carry the truth. They replay the goodbye like it was written in blood. You forgave them, but the universe still hasn't. Their joy died where your tears began. You never asked them to understand, but they finally do. Someone just admitted they ruined the one thing that mattered. You were their mirror, and they broke it. The love you gave made them feel seen. Then they ran. They're chasing shadows, hoping one turns out to be you. You were the answer. They chose the noise. You didn't just change them. You uncovered them. Their dreams keep whispering your name. They know who you are now. It's too late. You're their unfinished chapter, and it haunts them. They finally understand. But you've outgrown the ache. They know you were the one. They just weren't ready. Their karma was knowing and still losing you. Someone is crying because you finally smiled again. They know the truth. You were the safest place. The lie broke you, but it destroyed them. You were sent to heal. They chose to wound. Someone is trying to become the version you deserved. They're afraid of meeting you again, because now you shine. Someone has whispered your name in prayer, because they saw your breaking point and refused to let heaven forget you. What you didn't say, they heard. Spirit caught the silence, the ache, the asking. You've been walking with a wound only God could recognize. That ends soon. A stranger is carrying a miracle meant to meet your exact need. The pain you couldn't explain became the blueprint for a divine rescue. They know how tired you are pretending joy. Help is being assigned. Your tears traveled faster than your words. That's how heaven already knew. What they did in secret is about to be revealed because you were never crazy, just chosen. A shift was scheduled the moment they mocked your cry. Someone is repenting for how they mishandled you. God saw what you buried. That heaviness on your chest? It wasn't ignored. It was intercepted. You begged for peace, not rescue. But heaven sent both. A soul who once broke you is now praying to be worthy of your love. God heard what your family missed. The room they laughed in is now the room God is haunting with your name. They saw the pattern. They broke it. Now you get to breathe. What you mistook for punishment was preparation. A letter with your name has been sealed in heaven. It reads, "Enough. You're not crazy for sensing change." The shift started yesterday. A voice in their dreams said your name, and they haven't slept since. Someone asked the universe, "What's wrong with you?" The reply came, "Too holy to be understood." The delay was mercy in disguise. You weren't forgotten. You were protected. That burden was never yours. It will fall off without a fight. Their silence is loud because they know what they caused. You were assigned angels before you asked for them. They regret walking away because your peace can't be bought. Something broke in them the moment they saw your tears. The one who overlooked you will need your mercy soon. You prayed in secret. Your answer is arriving loudly. Your spirit warned you. Your body wept. Your breakthrough listened. Every betrayal was documented. And heaven is now rewriting your story. What you thought was rejection was redirection to someone who sees you. The voice of God is louder than your fear. Listen again. Your intuition wasn't wrong. You just loved deeper than they could. You're not hard to love. You're just sacred to mishandle. The ache wasn't punishment. It was prophecy preparing to speak. God allowed the loss so you'd never lose yourself again. The one who broke your trust is dreaming about your forgiveness. They judged your silence, but silence is how the Spirit shouts. You're about to meet someone who already knows your pain, because they survived it too. The fight wasn't your fault, but the healing is your reward. Every ignored cry was heard by the one who never needed you to explain. You were never too much. They were too empty. The next voice you hear will feel like coming home. They said you changed. No, your spirit just got louder. God delayed your promise until they could no longer fake their love. Their breakthrough is tied to your healing. That's why they can't quit. Even if you go silent, the covenant is not broken. Your loneliness is the altar where they weep for you. They didn't move on. They moved closer to your pain. They know the version of you you've hidden from God. Someone fasted for your strength when you didn't have breath to pray. The thing you never told anyone is the reason they love you. The part of you they love most is the one you're ashamed of. They see your doubt, and they're still choosing you. Heaven wept when you tried to carry it alone. They haven't spoken, but their silence has been pleading for you. The one who hurt you is being exposed in their dreams. They watched the enemy bruise you and still said, "She's mine." Someone saw your pain and made a vow with God to never leave. The darkness you survived is the path they're walking now. Every time you thought no one saw you, they did. The same ache in your chest lives inside them too. They recognized you by your wound, not your smile. What's been hidden is about to be revealed in holy light. Your heartbreak is their blueprint. That's why they keep showing up. They know, and they still want all of you. Someone you forgot never stopped fighting for your peace. They didn't choose you because you're perfect. They chose you because you're real. Even when you're numb, their love is aching for you. The secrets you buried are blooming in someone else's dreams. You were never invisible, just sacred. You thought they'd run. They stayed in silence so you could heal. They feel closest to God when they remember your name. You gave up, but the promise didn't. They're not here to fix you. They came to sit with your ruin. This pain isn't punishment. It's prophecy being fulfilled. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. You were the prayer they didn't know they were praying. What you called weakness, they named sacred ground. They recognized your pain before they saw your face. You've been watched with reverence, not pity. Your lowest moment called forth their highest faith. You never left their heart. You became the center of it. Their silence wasn't absence. It was holy mourning. You think they don't know, but they wept when you did. The ones meant for you understand your chaos like scripture. Someone lit candles for your return. They know what broke you, and they still want to build with you. Your soul trembles where their spirit used to stand. The pain you pretend isn't real was written in their bones. They remember every version of you, even the one you don't. When you let go, they held on harder. They knew you'd run. That's why they waited. Your storm became their instruction. They still carry the sound of your last goodbye. Your ache echoed across lifetimes to reach them. You lost hope, but they never lost you. They've been silent because your healing was too loud to interrupt. They don't need your perfection, only your return. The love you keep rejecting keeps rising. Someone's praying your pain into purpose. They chose you after seeing your shadow. Even your silence sounds like worship to them. What haunts you is what led them to you. You'll understand soon why they had to stay away. They felt you collapsing, but knew God would carry you. They're closer than you think. Watch the signs. What you buried is about to bloom in their hands. They still feel the goodbye you never got to say. You don't need to explain. They already forgave you. They remember the moment you broke more clearly than you do. They didn't forget. They sanctified the memory. What you cried for, they dreamed of restoring. They're bringing balm, not answers. They are the answer your ache has been shaping.